Hey guys, I've got a Sephora Try-On Haul for you today. I am going to be trying the new Pat McGrath 6-pan eyeshadow palette. I think this is so cute looking. I'm really, really excited to whip this out, do some swatches, see what we can do with that product. And then in a vlog, I showed you that I purchased the Makeup by Mario products, and I wanted to kind of accumulate a few more things before I did a video, so here we are. I did also purchase the LYS Stick Cream Bronzer. I got the new YSL Lip and Cheek Balmy Tint in New Pinch, or Peach, Pinch. It's like a peachy color. And I decided to pick up the Kosas concealer in a different shade. This is a concealer that I tried when this first came out many moons ago, but I had the wrong shade, but I really liked the texture of this, and I've been wanting to pick up a new shade, etc., and finally I did it. And then the Giorgio Armani Lip Maestro. This is probably the only like kind of velvety matte liquid lipstick that I enjoy. It's a formula that I think is very, very comfortable. Anyway, they came out with new shades, and so I picked up shade 307. I'm actually not sure if this one is new. I did pick up another one that I tried for you in a different video. Where did that go? I thought it was right here. But it was like a peachy nude kind of shade. And that one I know was new, and I had gotten this one at the same time. Anyway, it's shade 307, and you guys know how much I love a bright orangey red for the summertime. So I thought we would try that out too. I didn't purchase any new foundation, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Pkwy, the Beautiful Tint in shade F4. I've been using this really nonstop ever since I got it. I just think it's such a beautiful, beautiful tint. It's really lightweight, it's light coverage. It just looks really, really flawless on the skin. I'm just really enjoying it, as you guys know. So I'm just gonna throw this on, and then we'll jump into some of the cream products that I have. Okay, so the Beautiful Tint is applied. Let's move on to the Kosas concealer. So I can't remember the original shade that I tried. That was a little bit too, it was too deep, and it had almost like an olive tone to it, and it looked very obvious, and for a concealer that's really not a good thing. So I am trying 01N out today. There's actually a name. Yes, light with neutral peach undertones. So, oh my, this looks very, very light. So this will be a nice brightening concealer. All right, so we've got typical doe foot wand applicator, and here is the shade. Yes, it is very, very light. Let's see how this works. I'm just gonna tap a little bit underneath my eye there. And I do remember loving the texture of this concealer. So it really is just a matter of a shade match. Oh yes, this looks okay. This looks okay. Yeah, it's definitely like a brightening concealer, but I think that actually looks nice. And yeah, I really do like the texture of this concealer. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. It's really middle of the road in terms of like the heaviness. And then there is just like the littlest bit of tack to it. So I feel like it kind of stays put. When you spread it out, it's not too emollient, so it's just kind of smearing about. It's really quite nice. So there it is, applied and then compared to nothing on this eye. I think it looks really nice. I think I actually picked a decent shade. Okay. That doesn't happen often. All right, I'm gonna even it out over here. All right, let's get in close here. I think that looks really nice. I don't see any creasing so far. I don't see it kind of sinking into fine lines or anything. I think it looks really nice. Okay. Whew, I'm glad I picked up another shade of this. It's probably been over a year. Anyway, that's the Kosas concealer in shade 01N. All right, now I did want to try one of these Makeup by Mario skin. I think it's a skin enhancer, right? The all over warming complexion tint. Yes, the other one, the Skin Perfector, is a radiant skin powder. So the skin enhancer is the cream product, and I did get it in the shade light. Here's what the packaging looks like, and here is the product. I did a swatch for you in that vlog. And I really wasn't that interested in these products, except I went into store. I went actually into a Sephora and I saw these on display and they really looked quite lovely. Like I really like how light this is and how neutral the tone is. So yeah, let's just give it a shot. So I think I'm going to apply it with a brush. So I've got my Bobbi Brown foundation brush. It's the full coverage face brush. And I just think this would be perfect for a product like this. Just something pretty dense and domed. But we'll see. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of this product. I'm just kind of swirling it around. Oh, let me do a swatch of this for you so you can see how light this is. So it's quite emollient. And I can see why he named it a skin enhancer versus like a cream bronzer, because it really is just, yeah, it's just very, very light. So I'm just going to start at my forehead here and kind of brush it all over. I'm pretty much putting it where I would want some like sun to hit, so like the high points here. Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, it's just made my skin maybe like one shade deeper, which is really wonderful for the summertime. And again, it's very, very light. It blends out really, really seamlessly. It's very, very subtle. I would not consider this, again, it's not like a bronzer or anything. I think all over warming complexion tint is really a wonderful, wonderful description for this. All right, so this product, I wouldn't say it's very tacky, but I would definitely want to set it down. It's still kind of emollient on my skin, but I do have this LYS bronzer, so I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to put this cream bronzer stick on first or powder first. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is use this stick on one side without powder down, powder all over, and then apply it to the other side, because I really like to see cream products, like how they work over or under powder, because my preference is to use them over powder. So if they work well over powder, then that's how I'm going to use them. So we're going to find out right now. So again, this is the LYS cream bronzer. What's the proper name? It's the No Limits cream bronzer stick, and I did get it in the shade Motivate Light. So let me do a swatch of this. Here's what it looks like. Here is a swatch of it. So it is definitely on the warm side. There's a little bit of like a yellow tone to it, like a yellow base tone to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just swipe just a little bit, and we're just gonna do this side. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this foundation brush again. And I'm just kind of blending it out by, wow, that blends out nicely. That was really fast. I'm just kind of pressing. That looks quite nice. I'm actually gonna use my brush and just sort of pick up product straight from the stick here and add just a little bit more bronze to my skin. Wow, the texture, the formula, I should say, of this bronzer stick, this cream bronzer, is very, very emollient. Like it blends out super quickly. I feel like I picked up a lot of product very, very easily. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's like overly pigmented, but if you're not into like a really intense bronze look, then maybe be a little bit careful, because I don't know if you can see the difference there. I'm looking pretty tan, and there is a pretty warm kind of tone to this. So I think normally I'd probably want to apply a little bit less than what I just put on here, but that does give you a good idea of the actual tone of this bronzer. Okay, so we have it on this side. I'm going to put this away, and we're going to pull out this Makeup by Mario, the Radiant Skin Powder. So this is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector. And I've kind of dirtied this up, but this is like an ombre. It goes from like a light to a deeper shade here. And it has a really beautiful like radiance to it. Very, very soft and subtle kind of satin sheen there. So I am going to apply this just very lightly all over the skin, because it does have like a golden kind of subtle satin sheen. I don't want too much of that all over. I think that'll look a little bit intense for me. So again, I'm going to apply this very, very lightly. I'm just going to pull out my powder brush here, And I'm just going in the entire pan. Picks up very, very easily. And just applying it on this side. Just kind of want to see the difference here. I'm looking real bronze on this side. All right, I'm going to apply to this side. I think you can probably see the radiance that it leaves on your skin. So it is like the most subtle highlight you can imagine. So really pretty, really, really pretty for the summertime especially, and maybe for the evenings or if you're going out. I think that's really pretty, but I think you can see the golden sheen right there. And I pretty much have that all over my face now. Kind of exciting. All right, now let's go back to this LYS cream bronzer stick because now I'm going to put it on over powder. Let's see how this works. And I'm just gonna dab. I'm not gonna drag because I've got powder down there. Go back to the foundation brush. I'm gonna do the same thing, just pick up a little bit of the product and get that all over. I think I like the formula of this LYS cream bronzer. I just think that the tone of it is maybe a little bit too warm for my liking, for my taste. I just prefer something a little bit more neutral. I don't mind this kind of really warm bronzer like late in the summertime. I think it's really appropriate then, but this isn't really something I'm gonna throw on like in the dead of winter to give myself a little bit of a healthy glow. It's just a little bit too warm. But yeah, I like this formula. It sits really nicely on top of that powder. Didn't really interfere with that at all. I think it looks really nice. Wow, I'm really glowy. I'm very glowy and bronzy right now. And I will say I really, really like these Makeup by Mario products. I'm very, very glad that I picked these up. All right, next let's try this YSL new Lip and Cheek Balmy Tint. So I'm gonna use it on my cheeks. And this is what the packaging looks like. It's a little tube. You have a little preview of the shade. And I'm gonna squeeze a little bit out. Oh, this is a little bit thicker than I thought. This actually kind of reminds me of the Lisa Eldridge cream blushes. Ooh, I like that. Like they're a little bit stiff, which I kind of like because it makes it a little bit easier to control. Well, that's pretty. All right, so this is New Pinch. And I'm going to just squeeze out a bit onto the tip of my finger here and just dab. Ooh, the shade is very, very subtle. I like it though because it's bright. It's really, really bright. Let me add just a little bit more. And these seem kind of like mistake-proof blushes. You know, they're not too overly pigmented and you're not going to give yourself like clown cheeks accidentally. Just a nice subtle tint. That's very pretty. All right, okay, let me do the other side. I really like these. I just started with this one shade because, you know, I just wasn't sure about this formula, but this is really nice. If you're familiar with the Glossier Cloud Paints, this formula, it's like a little bit stiffer than that, and I find it like just a little bit easier to use. The Cloud Paints, I felt like they were very beautiful, but like I could give myself clown cheeks very easily by accident. So I do think this is a little bit more mistake-proof. All right, I don't know what I was expecting, but I really like this. This is really nice. Well, I don't have, and I don't think I need highlight because that Makeup by Mario Skin Perfector, that had enough of a glow in there, and I just feel very radiant right now. So we're gonna skip highlight. I don't have any new eyebrow products, so I'm just gonna throw in my Dior Show Onset Brow Gel in dark brown. And then I'm so excited. We've got the Pat McGrath mini eyeshadow palette in Midnight Voyage. And previously, she used to have little notches in here so you could rip open the package, but I don't see those. Okay, so if you order one of these, have some scissors on hand. So here is the little palette. My God, you guys, this is so cute. Let me hold up something as a reference. Well, here's the Mario. It's almost the same as that. Here are the 6 shades. I really like the size of this. I mean, it's small, but it doesn't seem like too many. But let me give you some swatches of these. All right, so from top to bottom, I have Skin Show Divine Glow, Entrapment, Sunset Bronze, Extreme Aubergine, Eleganza, and Night Creature. I don't know if any of these are repeat shades that we've seen before. Some of these names sound familiar, but that really doesn't mean anything when it comes to Pat McGrath. I feel like a lot of her names are like plays on the same words. So anyway, we've got 2 matte shades here, and then the rest are these like metallic shimmers. This one felt different. These 3 kind of felt the same, like that creamy Pat McGrath metallic. This one felt a little bit grittier, and you can see that it's not quite like the same kind of shine as this one. It's sort of like a micro glitter with like a matte kind of base shadow. But yeah, but these are the only 2 like true matte shades in here. All right, I'm gonna go into the lighter matte shade there, which is pretty deep for me, but let's just go for it. I'm using my Sonia G Crease 2 brush. And I'm gonna start on the outer corner here and drag it into my socket line. Okay, there is that matte shade. Very pretty. I think it applied very nicely. I would say there's no compromise to at least that matte shade's formula compared to her other mothership palettes where I really enjoy her matte shades. I think it behaves very similarly. So very nice, really lovely. Blended out nicely. Okay, next I'm going to take my BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A504 brush. It's like a teeny tiny blender brush. And I'm going to go into this shade here, which is Eleganza. Just going to place it like on the edge of that matte shade. I'm going to take that brush again. I just wiped it off. And I'm going to go into this shade here, which is Sunset Bronze, and apply that to the inner corner and just kind of drag it in here. I'm going to take this pencil 1 brush from Sonia G and go into this, the lightest shade here. Apply that right the corner there. Taking the same brush, I'm going into this dark matte shade, which is Extreme Aubergine, and line my lower lash line. And I'm just taking this A504 brush and just softening that line up a little bit. Going back to my crease brush and just picking up some of this shade again and blending it into the top area here. I'm trying to even it out with this eye. I feel like I applied a little bit more here than on this eye. Okay, that's it for this little palette. I love this little palette. I think it really performed really well. I have 0 fallout, like no fallout at all from the mattes, the shimmers, nothing. And I used all of the shades except for, did I use all of them? No, I didn't use this one, right? I didn't use this last one. I used, yeah, these 5. Really pretty. Really pretty. Okay, Pat McGrath, this is really nice. I hope she does more of these mini eyeshadow palettes because these are really cute. Very handy. All right, I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes and throw on some mascara. I don't have any new mascara, so nothing exciting here. I'm gonna use my Lancome Lash Idole. And then for lips, I have this really bright red lip, but I don't think it's gonna go with this eye look. Well, let's try it on. And if it doesn't work, we can always take it off. So this is the Armani Lip Maestro. This is their like version of a liquid matte lipstick. And it really is the only liquid matte lipstick that I can, I can pretty much tolerate because they're so drying generally. This is not that drying. It also isn't like, it doesn't set down entirely. Like it's not completely transfer proof. So that's probably why it's not quite as drying, but I really like this formula. Very velvety, very moussey, just, yeah, just super comfortable. Okay, there it is applied. Wow, that really just eclipses everything else. I thought this was a pretty bold eye look, and now it doesn't look bold at all. All I see are my lips. I think that looks okay. I don't know that I would normally wear this combo together, but I think it looks okay. This lip actually looks great with this super bronzy skin. Maybe that's why I feel like I'm able to get away with it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Sephora try-on haul. I really, really liked everything. I think the one thing that just didn't really suit me, even though I really enjoyed the formula, is the tone of this LYS cream bronzer. I think it's just a teensy bit too orange for my skin tone. I don't know if you guys can see that through the camera, but it is like on the warm side, on the very warm side. But I love the Makeup by Mario products that I was not even intending on purchasing. I'm really, yeah, I just really like the subtlety of them and how they're not really bronzers, but really just sort of skin enhancers, like an extension of your base products. I really like that. This Kosas concealer is really beautiful. I didn't set it down, as you guys saw. I only used this Makeup by Mario Skin Perfector to kind of set my face down, but I didn't really necessarily focus it under my eyes. I don't like my eyes to be too shiny. And it hasn't creased, it hasn't done anything. The formula of this is really nice, and I'm glad I picked up this 01N. I think it matches. I think it's a good match. What else? Oh, this was a really nice surprise. I don't know why I thought it was going to be gooey and that possibly it was going to be difficult to use, but I like that it's a little bit of a thicker, denser kind of formula, but it's not overly pigmented. Just really, really easy to use, very beautiful. This was no surprise. I've used the Lip Maestro for years now. Gorgeous. I love this color. I love the formula. Yeah, just very nice. It has like a matte appearance, but it doesn't feel matte on the lips. Just very, very nice. And oh, of course, and the Pat McGrath little 6-pan here. I love this. I really, really love this. I love the shades in there. I love the look that I got. I love the quality of the shadows. I think they just blended really beautifully. They perform beautifully. The formula is really, really nice. I got zero fallout. Just really, really gorgeous. I hope she comes out with more of these. This was really nice. And that's it. That is it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.